good afternoon to you. So, I wanted to maybe bring us up some practical tips and tools today. I think we are all navigating different levels of challenge with the world and life circumstances right now. There's ups and downs, and so I wanted to maybe, as always, add a little bit of practical wisdom to our coping strategies. And that today will include utilizing different styles and techniques of breath. And we've talked about the breath as an opportunity for us to find safe harbor in our bodies. It'll be with us till the day that we depart this earth, as well as it's a great way to utilize our inner wisdom of our nervous systems, parasympathetic and our polyvagal nervous systems, and the neurotransmitters that are released when we tap into these different styles of breath that soothe us, that ease back on the stress response and move us into a response that's more helpful, healthful, and we're able to think and speak more clearly, which all sounds really good, particularly when things come up that are challenging or distressing, and we find ourselves in a state of anxiety, distress, panic, whatever it may be. Yeah. So what are some of those techniques? Well, you may have heard of, for example, a common one and style of technique that I've heard many people referencing is a type of breathing pattern that's a good one to tap in and remember is a box breathing technique, which is a breath in through your nose for 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale through your mouth for a count of 4, and pause at the bottom of that breath for a count of 4. And then you begin the cycle again for as many times as feels right for you. So that's one that maybe you've heard of before, and I'm going to bring some others to you today. Most important thing always with these is that there isn't a right way to do this. It's about trying on the different styles and techniques, being very patient with yourself as you do, noticing if it is accessible to you. I know for some of these techniques actually can invoke a little bit more anxiety as they practice them. It's okay, back off. Maybe that isn't the right technique for you, or maybe you just need to keep trying it gently with a little bit of time, like days in between your efforts. Don't force it. So we certainly don't want to exacerbate anxiety and stress. That's not the goal, all right? And careful to not slip into the perfectionist mindset that I have to do this right or I'm not going to get the benefits. Maybe you just get curious about what do I feel when I practice this breath? What is the experience for me, my overall sense of tension in my shoulders and my jaw? What is my heart rate doing? What is my sense of safety and calm and emotional balance as I practice this? So I want to practice 3 other techniques with you. The first one is pursed lip breathing. This one is a very easy one to do. It may feel a little silly first, but it's a really useful one. And the intention with this one is that when we do it, we slow down. And there's an intentionality to this breathing technique, and it's very deliberate. So that in and of itself helps you focus and take your attention into what you're doing with your breath. It's a simple one. You're going to breathe in through your nose for 2 seconds, out through your mouth through pursed lips like you're blowing out a candle or you're blowing somebody a kiss for 4 seconds. Just doing it as many times as feels right until maybe you feel yourself slow down, settle a little bit. The lovely thing about this one is that you could try this on multiple times per day in different circumstances, and you may find that that is adequate for you to soothe it back a notch, come back to a place of a little more focused attention. The second one is diaphragmatic breathing. It's also called belly breathing. This is valuable because it really helps us to tap into the rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system by using a longer out breath And also it uses our polyvagal system because we're pushing our belly in and out, and we're moving our diaphragm up and down. Also, when we are in what's called thoracic breathing, which is where it's where you're breathing up here in your chest, this has its place, but many times it's tethered to when we're stressed and the stress response, or when we're experiencing anxiety or fear. And so we get this little feedback of, is there something I should be paying attention to here? So subconsciously you're sending stress signals to your body. The diaphragmatic breathing is what we tend to do when we're sleeping. It's what babies do when they sleep. It's a very soothing breath. This one is best tried laying down in the comfort of your home first, so you can really practice the feeling of it, because it's not one that's terribly familiar to us. Hand on chest, other hand on belly, and what we want to try to do is to minimize the amount of movement of this top hand. It's your belly hand that will rise with the inhale, and as you push the breath out, imagine the bellows emptying and the diaphragm pushing down, and the hand on your tummy settles towards your spine. The cadence of the breath is your own, so doing it in a very natural way, in and out of your nose, but really trying to keep your upper hand still, and it's your belly hand that's rising and falling with the breath. So you start by practicing this at home when you're laying down. The first several times you do it, you may notice it's so soothing you get sleepy. That's okay. It's a lovely one to do before you go to bed. But maybe you practice also doing it just to soothe you, and you might find that you're able to do it over time by practicing it seated in a chair. And then over time, if you get more accustomed to it, maybe it's simply, no matter where you are, hand on chest, hand on belly, and you know what it feels like, right? To move the breath deeper into those lower 2/3 of your lungs, and to massage your internal organs with the diaphragm and the abdominal contractions. That's diaphragmatic breathing. The last one, humming bee breath. It's a yoga practice. Very helpful for when we're needing to ease anxiety down and we're needing to bring a little bit of focus to maybe dysregulated emotions. So this one is a little interesting. There's this little hard cartilage here in your ear called the tragus cartilage. So this one, you take your first finger on each hand and gently place it on the tragus cartilage. And as you breathe in through your nose, exhale, softly press the tragus cartilage in towards your ear canal, and then exhale with pursed lips and hum. So it's a vibration in the back of your throat, but pressing those tragus cartilages in partially occludes your ear canal and presses towards your eardrum. So there's a vibration and you can hear your breath. So in through the nose, out through the mouth with a whoo sound. But when you press in the nerve bundle here and you press it towards the ear canal, not only is that very soothing, but you hear the hum. And the hum also taps into your polyvagal system because you're activating some of the nerves here in your throat. How cool. So if you find that you are needing some tips, tricks to add to your coping toolbox with the circumstances of your life right now, of the world right now, why not tap into something that is with us every day and every moment? It's our breath and the wisdom of our bodies, and taking the time with compassionate practice to see what may work and when and how it feels for you. Many different styles. I have read as many as 10 different strategies that you might want to explore, but these are just a handful. Try them on and maybe go looking for some others that might suit. So I wish you less anxiety. I wish you more calm. Breathing in, bringing in calm. Exhale, we're letting go of anxiety. Breathing in, focus, exhaling, distress. And maybe those words are even helpful. I'm breathing in calm. I'm exhaling stress. So A more peaceful week to you, my friends. Until next time.